Devika. Welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be talking about all the things you need to make yourself a beautiful table. The thought of a beautifully styled table brings up images of all these ornate settings with tens and thousands of forks and spoons and things like that. If you were to Google or look up Pinterest on how to style a table setting, you'd get images like that. That's how royalty used to eat, and truly that's also how some of the most prominent families in India and all over the world continue to eat. I, on the other hand, have a rather practical approach to table styling. I believe you need just a few essentials to make for yourself a perfect table. Let's start with plates. Unless you're hosting the Queen, you don't need too much. You need the basics. You need a dinner plate, which is ideally about 10 inches. You need a side plate, which is about 6 to 8 inches. And then you need dessert plates, which are about 4 to 6 inches. For those of you who live in India, you'll also need one set of thalis. A thali standard is about 12 inches, which is perfect because that's also the size of a show plate. And I find that you can layer these beautifully with dinner plates to make the perfect underplates, because truth be told, there's no real purpose of an underplate except for your table to look really good. I love eating in bowls. Honestly, on an average dinner night, I'm eating in front of the TV and I just put all my food into a nice bowl, hold it close and eat it. I also love salad plates, pasta plates. They're so convenient to eat a mixed sort of single meal in. I use my bowls as soup bowls, as serving bowls. I have a whole lot of katoris, which I use, of course, to eat my Indian curries, but also to display pickles, chutneys, things like that on a table. I feel like with bowls, you can get a lot more playful and fun. As long as you're picking up fun, colorful bowls, you can mix and match them with any sort of crockery you have. I like to pick out statement ones that I can use in multiple ways. When it comes to cutlery, a few basics are all you need. You need the dinner fork. You need the dinner spoon, a dessert spoon, and a knife. Because I host a lot of sit-down meals at home, I also like to have salad forks which go next to the dinner forks for your first sort of course. The way your table is set, you eat from outside to inside, which means you put the salads and first course spoons outside and then you sort of work your way inside. You need a bread knife and of course a lot of interesting, good serving spoons. These are godsend. I have a whole variety of them that I can mix and match and pair to create an interesting setting. Anything else is honestly excessive, especially in an Indian household. I find that it's more important to have variety that you can mix and match with different sets versus having a really elaborate 32-piece cutlery set that you don't get to use on an average day. I also like to have a few options which work well with my dinner sets as well as my thalis. The plain silver ones work great in both scenarios. I also have a lovely brass set that goes well with my brass thalis. I believe in collecting pieces that I can use to eat as well as serve in. Whenever I'm traveling, I love bringing in some interesting bowls that I can add to my table. I just have 2 of these beautiful hand-painted pomegranate bowls, but they add so much color and texture and flavor onto any sort of table setting for me. When it comes to glassware, I like to have a lot of variety. I have a whole bunch of tumblers, tall highball glasses, tumblers that I can mix and match with all tables. Other than that, what I feel is important is a really good set of whiskey glasses, and if you care for it, a set of wine glasses. I have these martini glasses, I have the champagne flutes, goblets, and coupes. Interestingly, we don't drink a lot of champagne at home, so I end up using my coupes to serve ice creams or punches or really interesting bowls because I think they look so cool. Speaking of glassware, tea and coffee mugs are equally important. I think every household needs to have one classic tea sets, a chai cup with a saucer, and a pair of espresso or coffee mugs. What is more important is to have a cup of filter coffee mugs as well as brass glasses. I personally, however, love a big glass of chai and have a wide collection of mugs because after a long day of work or even early in the morning, I like a nice big cup of masala chai. When it comes to vases, I'm honestly not very fussed. Anything that holds water becomes a vase for me. It could be a glass, it could be a bowl, it could be a giant container of some sort, it could be a kettle, teacups, whiskey glasses. At some point or the other, I've used all of them as vases. I live in Bombay and I don't have the advantage of having a large storage space. So anything I find around the house that can store water becomes a place for me to use as a vase or to display flowers. Coming to linen, I feel like every house must have a good white tablecloth. It can be one like mine, which has a little bit of detail. It can be completely plain, but I feel like it's a perfect background for your table setting. I also feel in an Indian household where somebody or the other is likely to drop curry on it, it's a great thing to have because it's super easy to bleach. The only note is pick out a crisp white one, not one with too much embroidery because then the color bleeds. As long as you have one which is easily bleachable, you've got a winner. In addition to that, I feel it's important to have a couple of mats, have some traditional large dinner napkins, and then some cocktail napkins or coffee napkins that can work for tea as well as when you have cocktails at home. But I'm not too fussed when it comes to linen either. An old sari, a piece of fabric that you've got left over from curtains, a bedspread, all of those can be used on your table to create a unique, beautiful and personal setting. If you like monogram napkins, the best place to do them is to monogram them on a side so it's visible once it's folded. It's a small detail, but I feel like sometimes we end up monogramming differently or we don't think that on a table you actually fold and keep a dinner napkin and then your monogram gets cut. So the correct place is on the bottom right of your napkin. Versatility for me is key when I'm picking up crockery or cutlery, and I feel like for households where you don't have too much storage, it's important to be able to bring home things that you can mix and match and use again and again. Would you like me to go into a deep dive on what kind of plates you can buy or where you can buy them from? If yes, leave a plate in the comments below. Feel free to like, share and subscribe to this channel if you like my content.